July 27th and run the next 2 weeks into August. So we'll have all 5 of them present for an hour. And I believe, I'll double check and see, but I think most of you are in on those calls. So then we can make a decision. But, other than that, still continuing to define what the differentiation is between 400 and 360. I have a meeting with Daniel tomorrow to talk specifically about, what makes the software engine different from what we have today. So get some good information there to really start those types of conversations and differentiation information for the story that goes along with it. The best and most perfect stuff is the naming. For those of you that are on the Monday call, Varia, which was our backup to the ARIA conversation, has been declined by our trademarking team. So we actually have to start from the beginning on the engine piece. We were getting close on some of the other software pieces, but this is the big hurdle that we have now, is to get over this engine piece and get that done and move forward. They threw another name at us, Barbara, for 360 for the shadowing. So it's different than the difficult to scan that's on 400. So I've spoken to Peter Irwin, but I'd also like to have a brief conversation, so I'll schedule some time with you, 15, 20 minutes, just to kind of get your opinion, because I'm not sure we actually have the time to go through that process perfectly for 360. It's July.
I would really question whether you need a name for it.
Well, right now they're calling it Shadow Enhance, which does not properly describe it, because that's not what we want. We don't want to enhance the shadowing. I have come up with a SHDW plus minus, but I haven't heard back from them, where it's just the shadow sort of abbreviation with an on or off, because it's really just an on or off. It's, so plus is on, minus is off kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And just move forward, because I just don't think it's worthwhile. And I think if we come up with any names that has shadow in it, we're going to have a problem, because Samsung has their shadow HDR. Mm-hmm. So I'd rather move to something that doesn't have it, just shadow reduction, shadow abbreviated plus minus on off, whatever, and move forward.
Shadow reduction, I think, would work for me on off, because it's basically just saying what the button does, which makes it a lot easier than trying to understand what does this fancy name mean.
All these other names I came up with, suppress S, shadow, enlighten, whatever, it's just not, and like I said, we just don't have the time right now to go through that.
Well, I just think it's not significant enough to, because if it's not super clear, if we were to put enlighten on off, then you have to spend a lot of time educating people what enlighten is. And if we're only having it in the one release because it gets rolled into a bigger feature in EC400, then.
Right, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. So stay tuned on that, but otherwise, just keep plugging away.
Okay. Let's see. So did we not discuss Instagram in a separate meeting, correct?
Yeah. So did the first post go out? You're on mute, Elka. Elka, you're on mute.
No. So the first 4 posts have gone out. There is activities every day. Of course, as it is a private account and not a business verified one, the interaction is not like wow, but we have interaction on a daily basis. We get new followers on a daily basis. We get likes constantly. And once we have a little bit more content on it, so when a little bit more posts are out, I'm going to ask Helene to also post a message on your Facebook account that we are now on Instagram, So because if we can get a couple of the, I think 190 Facebook friends you have to follow us as well. Dawn Fessett liked your photo. Thank you, Dawn.
I'm trying to be social.
I've got a whopping 41 followers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're doing good.
I mean, I've seen, so I'm constantly on it, and I've seen a company exhibiting also at ESHRE, and they had their go live of their account a year ago, and they are at 95 followers. So I
So you're
thought,
killing
I thought, well, that's not the benchmark I should use, but it helps me a little bit of motivating. And yeah, as I said, like not having the events taking place physically at the moment is a pity, because this could really, with tagging, could really help a lot of creating new followers. At the moment, I'm using Wollaston Valley as location, and this, of course, for creating followers is not the greatest place. So I need to rethink, but the problem I have is that I also do not want to make it look like that you, Barbara, are traveling around the world at the moment in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Because this could help to, like, having different locations could help to create new followers, but there we need to be a little bit careful at the moment, because if I have you posting every week from another location, it gives them the impression that you are traveling around the world, and this during this.
Why would you change the location so frequently?
So basically, because then everybody who is at the same location would also see my posts. And this would be the great thing of being at the Congress, because you would have all the people you target, and they would see that you are here as well, and then they see your posts because they are tagged on that location.
Right.
Yeah, so.
I mean, I think when we start going to congresses and things like that, that makes sense. Right now, I'd probably keep it pretty stable.
Yeah, that's what I thought, to not give a wrong message out to anyone that we are like, oh yeah, they don't take it serious, they just travel.
I'm going to have to unfriend my cousin who just put a naked ass picture on it.
Oh my.
It
Unfollow.
shrinks. It's a glass that has naked butts on it.
Is it kind of like the glass ass?
No, it looks more like a Chippendales.
No. Nice.
My cousin's also gay. It's not a problem, but I'm thinking that's just not appropriate. So I don't know. Does that show up on my thing then? And people see that professionally? Because then I'm going to unfriend it.
It's his feed. You see it because you follow him.
As long as I don't like it.
But as long as you don't like it or comment on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just like, seriously, buddy.
And it was so funny because I don't know how it happened, but somehow I accidentally followed Cristiano Ronaldo. I have no idea how he came into
We know how he came into it. It was cute.
And I was like, and I saw him in the feed, and I was like, why I'm seeing the soccer stuff, and no idea how this happened. And you want to know what, guys? Mr. Arnaud Dujardin is using the Instagram name wollaston.ge.
Seriously?
Yes, Helene is aware, so seriously, yes.
Mm.
He was, by the way, your first follower.
Mm.
And he comes up and you put VO on.
Yep, he has the name wollaston.ge. Seriously.
That man.
Yeah.
And I think Helene and I put Voluson or GE_Voluson a long time ago, so he can't touch it.
Yeah, we got
Yeah, but
slapped.
not on Insta.
Well, you know what? And he should get slapped pretty soon because remember, they found us. We popped up in a report to corporate.
There's a lot of Values on E10, hashtag Values on E10 out there.
And
Well-
he has 540 followers.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Okay. Well, anyway.
Yeah.
But
So
we press.
moving but slowly.
Yeah.
So we did have two other topics that came up. Elke, you had a second topic for BT20, video for China, or
Yeah, just to let also the rest of the team know. I mean, most of us are involved anyhow. So we got a request from China because they are now launching BT20, and they would like to have video, like two videos. One is a little bit showing where Wollaston Valley is, what it is, Austrian culture, the museum, Roland talking about the BT20, and very interesting timeline. But